Good morning, students. Welcome to JCEE Connect. Today I'll be starting with the next part of module, right, which is your synchronous motor drives. So last class we had done with the sinusoidal type PMAC, right. Now the second type is brushless type DC motors or DC motor drives, which are also my trapezoidal PMAC. So if you can recall, we call these as trapezoidal PMAC because of the nature of waveform generated in the air gap, right. So it is a trapezoidal waveform which is generated, hence the name of this PMAC is your trapezoidal PMAC, right. So we'll continue with the brushless DC motor drives or the trapezoidal PMAC. The cross section of a 3-phase 2-pole brushless DC motor drives is shown here. Okay, so this is how the cross section looks like. It has permanent magnet rotor with wide pole area. See, here I have a permanent magnet. This is my permanent magnet. One is north pole and this is the second permanent magnet, which is my south pole. So you can see it is having wide pole area and it is a permanent magnet, right. Next, the stator has the stator has 3 concentrated windings. Okay, so you can see there is A, B and C, okay, and A dash, B dash and C dash. Okay, so there are 3 concentrated windings, right. If you see ABC, it is like this, correct, A, B and C. So angle between each this is 120 degree. So this is what is mentioned here, are displaced by 120 degree, and each phase winding spans 60 degrees on each side. Okay, this is 60 degrees on each side, right. So when revolving in the counterclockwise direction, okay, when revolving in the counterclockwise direction is what? This omega m's direction, what I have shown is to be counterclockwise direction. Up to 120 degrees rotation, right, the top conductors of phase A will be linking with the south pole, okay, right, and the bottom conductors of phase A will be linking with the north pole, right. So you can see here, see, these are my top conductors of phase A which are under the influence of south pole. However, the conductor is having another end and these are bottom conductors of phase A, okay. These are linking or coming under this pole which is my north pole, okay, are linking with the north pole, right. Hence the voltage induced in phase A will be same during 120 degree rotation, okay, right. So beyond 120 degree what happens, right, see, beyond 120 degree some conductors in the top link north pole and others link the south pole, right. Same happens with the bottom conductors. Hence, see what we mean, beyond 120 degree, say if my conductor A, right, or my phase A, half conductors are here and half conductors are here. How many? 6 conductors are shown, okay, sorry, here 6 conductors are there in phase A, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, okay. Let me say 3 conductors are in this zone and 3 conductors are in this zone. It means what he says is beyond 120 degrees, some conductors of each phase will link with north pole and some will link with the south pole, okay. Hence the voltage induced in phase A linearly reverses in next 60 degrees rotation. Okay, that is beyond 120 degree. Right? Now, an inverter fed trapezoidal PMAC motor drive. Okay, so when this is the construction of PMAC, trapezoidal PMAC motor drive. So when I connect a inverter fed, okay, when I feed it with the inverter, so such drive where an inverter fed trapezoidal PMAC motor is there, right, operating in self controlled mode, is called as brushless DC motor. Right? So I hope up till here it was clear. Right? So these things, brushless DC motor, we can even use this drive for the servo motor applications. Okay, so I'll continue with how I can use brushless DC motor drive for the servo motor applications. Right? So a brushless DC motor drives employ a voltage source inverter. Okay, you understand, a VSI, okay, and a trapezoidal PMAC motor. Okay, so this is how it looks like. Right? Now this is sorry, where it is. Okay, right, see, this is stator of my motor. Okay, so the stator windings are star connected. It will have the rotor position sensors. Okay, so this will have the rotor position sensors. Right? I have not shown it here. I have not shown it in this figure. In this figure I have not shown it, but rotor position sensors are there. Right? So you just analyze this figure. I'll give you the explanation. Right? I'll go to the next slide. Okay, so the stator windings are star connected. Okay, and as I said, it will have rotor position sensors. Right? The phase voltages for a trapezoidal PMAC are shown below. Phase voltages means what? See, there are three phases, A, B and C. So the phase voltages are your EA, EB and EC. Okay, so this is how my phase voltages are here. Okay, now let the stator windings be fed with the current pulses. Right? Current pulses would be my what? IA, IB and IC. Right? Let this be the waveform for the current pulses, where I am feeding phase A with this type of pulse, phase B with this and phase C with this. Right? Now during the period 0 to 60 degree, okay, IA is equal to ID and IB is equal to minus ID. So you come back here. Right? What we say, for 0 to 60 degree duration, right, 0 to 60 degree duration, if you see here, ID is flowing and coming here and it is coming here. Okay, so ID is equal to IA. Okay, however, see what it is said here. See, IA is equal to ID and IB is equal to minus ID. The current IA enters through the phase A and leaves through phase B. Okay, when transistors TR1 and TR6 are on, terminals A and B are respectively connected to positive and negative terminals of DC source VD. Okay, so it is said here. Okay, you can see here. Okay, see, come back to this. Let me come back to this. So here it is said, right, during period 0 to 60, you can see, right, ID flows this way, comes this way, takes this phase. So what I have written, IA is equal to ID. Okay, right? So IA is equal to ID, correct? And this IB is equal to minus ID, equal to minus ID. It means what? My current is entering through phase A and leaving through phase B. See, it's coming this way and it is coming this way. So it is written IB is equal to minus ID. Okay. Now when transistors T are 1, okay, when transistors T are 1 and T are 6, okay, R1 is here and R6 is here. See, R1 is connected to phase A and R6 is connected to phase B, right, are respectively connected to positive. See, this is positive terminal of VD and this is R6 is connected to negative terminal of VD. Okay, so this is what is said here. Okay, I hope it is clear. Next point, a current will flow through the path consisting of VD, TR1, phase A, phase B and TR6, and rate of change of current IA will be positive. Okay, what is said? To analyze this, see, I'll again remove all the ink marks. So what is said? The current will flow through path consisting of VD. It starts from here, VD. It comes through this TR1 through it comes through this, through TR1. It is said through phase A. It comes up till here. It comes up to phase B, travels through phase B and comes up till here, comes up to TR6 and come back here. Okay, so your rate of change of current IA will be positive. Okay, so that is what is written here, right? Similarly, when TR1 and TR6 are turned off, this current will flow through the path consisting of phase A, phase B, diode D3, VD and diode D4. Okay, so you please similarly analyze this statement the way we had done this, right? So what is written there? It is said, when your TR1 and TR6 are turned off, it means now this is not working and this is also off. Okay, the current will flow through the path consisting of phase A. Okay, it will flow through this. Okay, it will come through this. It will come through diode D3. Okay, VD, it will come through VD. Okay, D3 say it will come through VD and through VD it will go for D4. Okay, it will go to D4. So this is the path it is consisting. Since the current has to flow against VD, okay, see, VD it's positive here, negative here. Okay, the current flow actually had to be in this direction, but it is in this direction in this case. So since the current has to flow against VD, the rate of change of IA will be negative. Okay, the same thing I have written here and I asked you to analyze this. Okay, I hope this is clear, right? So thus by alternately turning on and off TR1 and TR6, phase A current can be made to follow the reference current ID within a hysteresis band, okay, as shown here. Okay, so this is my hysteresis band which it has to follow, right? Clear with this? So for properly placing the current pulses with respect to induced voltages or identification of these 60-degree intervals, signals are generated by the rotor position sensors. I told you, right? Rotor position sensors are there, right? Even there are Hall effect sensors, right? The Hall effect sensors can detect the magnitude and direction of a magnetic field. Hence, 3 Hall effect sensors can detect 6 rotor positions. Okay, so all 6 rotor angular positions are required to be detected, right, per cycle of the induced voltage, right. So the sensors are mounted, right, the Hall effect sensors are mounted at 60-degree interval, electrical interval, and aligned suitably with the stator winding, right. Optical sensors are also available, right, for the sensing purpose, right. I hope this part is clear, right. Next we'll move on to important features and applications of trapezoidal PMAC. Okay, so first thing is, due to the absence of brushes and commutator, right, brushless DC motor drives have a number of advantages as compared to my regular conventional DC motors. So first one is, they require practically no maintenance, okay, have long life, high reliability, low inertia and friction, and low audio frequency interference and noise, right. Second is, due to low inertia and friction, they have faster acceleration, okay, and can be run at much higher speeds up to 1 lakh rpm and higher, okay. Because of the armature windings on the stator, cooling in such machines is much better, okay. Next is, these motors have high efficiency, exceeding almost 75%, right. Now I told you here one point I would like to elaborate. We are talking about armature windings are on the stator, because of which cooling is much better, okay. That means what? Higher specific outputs can be obtained, right. Because of this, higher specific outputs can be obtained, right. So like this, the DC motor, brushless DC motor drives find applications in turntable drives, in record players, tape drive for video recorders, right, low cost, low power drives in computer peripheral instruments and control systems, right. Even these type of motors find the applications in the field of aerospace, gyroscope motors, and biomedical, like cryogenic coolers and artificial heart pumps, right. So there are quite good number of applications of these types of brushless DC motor drives, right. So just to summarize what we did today, right, we started with the brush design or the structure, how it looks like, how a trapezoidal PMAC looks like. We discussed about its working, how exactly, see this was the working, right, how exactly my waveforms, trapezoidal would be produced, and this is the circuit diagram for the brushless DC motor drive for servo motor applications, okay. So we saw the voltage waveforms, right, we went through the current waveforms, right, we saw the working, right, this was how it adheres to the hysteresis band, right. Finally we went through different types of sensors used for rotor position sensing, right. At the end we dealt with the important features and applications of brushless DC motor drives or trapezoidal PMAC, right. I hope these things were clear. For any further clarifications, you can get back to me with the mail ID given, right. Thank you.